Between the months of June and August, the small town of Cedar City plays host to the Utah State Summer Games. The final sporting event of the Utah Summer Games is a 3-day fitness competition with 7 events and 5 divisions with over 270 athletes. Welcome to the Iron Games.
Our goal is to provide a quality event that ran well and on time for all the athletes, where they have fun and they are competing, but also one that then is eye-friendly to spectators and is then also friendly to our volunteers.
The Iron Games was very much a grassroots idea conceptualized by Brigham Nielsen. And it's in Cedar City, Utah, which is kind of sandwiched between Las Vegas, which is to the south, and Salt Lake City to the north. And it's, in my opinion, it's the perfect size, big enough that the community can really come together and resource this competition.
The Iron Games runs one of the best tests that's available, right? Because it's not often that you can not really pre-qualify for a competition and have the opportunity to do an open water swim with a long run, to be tested outdoors that way, maybe something that you've never done before. We just watched an event take place this morning where it was multiple squat cleans at 275 for the males, and then each pass, they had to pass over a handstand obstacle course. So I think there is great variance in the test. I think that they test a multitude of energy systems, and I think ultimately it's a really clean and run show. So it's like if your heat's at 3:30, you can plan on going at 3:30, man, and I think that goes a long way from both the community and competitor perspective.
This is my 3rd year at the Iron Games, and this is athlete check-in. They come in the door, they get checked in, a wristband, they get a swag bag, a shirt, then they go get a headshot. I like working the Iron Games because of all the cool people you meet, working with the athletes, and obviously the volunteers are awesome.
I think that for the Iron Games, that the type of competition that is always evolving. We basically have the opportunity or the ability to provide you any arena or playing floor possible. This year at the Iron Games, this is gonna be a 3-day competition. That's grown from the first year it being a 2-day event, where I think we had 10 events in 2 days.
Year 3 of the Iron Games really highlights the evolution process that they've gone through from a programming and event perspective. Now in year 3, with 7 events across 3 days, they've been able to effectively whittle down the amount of tests that they need to have a good event, and then fine-tune those tests to make them more indicative of a higher level event and be able to do more things that are gonna be unique and set them apart.
I knew I wanted heavyweight in our event somewhere, but we really wanted to elevate the handstand walking abilities of everyone. It started with just a reading, and then we just came to the conclusion with our partnership with Bishop Barbell that the handstand ramp and stairs would be the best thing for them.
Our big goal is that if you are a 25-year-old male that is trying to go to the CrossFit Games, that you would have a elite experience here, but that the mother with 4 kids that signs up as well is treated no differently.
The attitude here, everybody's just here to support each other, cheer each other on, and we're just all having a blast. And the support team as well as the athletes, it's just top notch. Everything here, it's just, I love it.
The thing that sets the Iron Games apart is gonna be Brigham. As me trying to program and trying to elevate athletes to the next level because I'm in love with CrossFit and the CrossFit Games, he's like, let's bring that down a little bit, man. Like, he's like, we're here for the people. We're here for those that are around us, and we want that feel to stay in the Iron Games.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Thank you. Being able to hang out with my dad, like, that's something just special.
For me, there's no better bonding experience, at least, to be with him and have an opportunity to see him excel and at the same time get in shape. You couldn't want anything else than to hang out with your kids. What the Iron Games is, to me, it's a community collaborative. And it really, I think it brings out the best in people. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you're serious or not serious about it. It kind of shows you where you're at.
He's going to be 53 this year, and he's in the intermediate division. He's competing with 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and a bunch of 20-year-olds. Like I said, it's all about community. It's all about, like, just having fun.
And that's what I love about CrossFit, at least for me. This is what the games represents. It's people who have worked hard all year, no matter what division, to really, showcase themselves.
On the competition floor out here, you've got people that are literally, they have built in their internal expectations of, I'm gonna be a sanctionals, potentially a CrossFit Games athlete within the next year or two. But then on the same hand, I've got people that I'm personally coaching. It's their very first competition in person ever. So to see the diversity of fitness that shows up to this and in their ability to run a show and test the fitness that can be in that large of a scope, I think it says wonders about the time they put into it, the questions that they're asking, the way that they're testing their workouts, and really finding the best way for it to work for everyone.
As a sophomore in high school, I was playing soccer. I got kicked and it got infected with the flesh-eating bacteria. It's called necrotizing fasciitis. I have 2 legs, but one bending leg is what I like to call it. I came to have fun and work my hardest. Don't worry about the times. Don't worry about if you fail a rep, it's okay. For me, it's just getting done. Yeah, here at the Iron Games, man, all the volunteers, the staff, the judges, they're just so helpful. They've been so accommodating. They're just here to have fun too. For me, it's an experience, and I can't wait to keep doing this every year.
The volunteers here are very committed. It's very intriguing. Let me give an example. One of our judges, going on 3 years now, he's been here from the beginning. He owns a local welding business, and he funded the entire RX podium out of his own pocket. So many of them are not compensated with more than a sandwich and a high five, right? But yeah, they're so committed, and not just that, they're committed to quality. They all have their roles, they all have their assignments, but they're willing to help someone else. They're willing to cross those boundaries with a smile and encouragement and hard work. And that is unique to the Iron Games, and that's the reason the Iron Games is going to grow every year.
There's no way we could run as smooth an event and such a great event for all of our athletes without our wonderful volunteers. They show up, they put out, and because of them, everything runs smoothly. The athletes are able to just focus on themselves, have a great time, and it just really brings a life and culture to the entire event that makes it phenomenal.
When I was initially drawn to CrossFit, it was the competitive nature of it. It was the ability to have my name appear by a score, know that reflected my hard work and commitment and all those good things. But ultimately, the community is what's kept me in it. It's getting to know complete strangers, throwing down by them, the camaraderie that we share, even if it's only in the hard work that we poured into that workout and our commonality of enjoying suffering together. I try to be as much of a hype man for this competition as I can because it's local to Utah, it's grassroots. I got close friends that have basically founded this thing. And also from a vendor perspective, man, we want to grow our brand and grow our brand within the CrossFit space. And one of our best ways to do that is to serve it and support it.
This is going to be day 2 of our community workout, and I'm dosing them up. We haven't told anybody yet, but I'm dosing them up with Tabata. Old school, old school.
Let's go, guys. Keep it up. Come on. 5 seconds left in this station. Stand that clean up all the way and time. Rotate.
Events like the Iron Games are massively important. We selectively opt into being community people by going into the affiliate every day. And I think that's what separates CrossFit from all the other things that we do. We get to come here and celebrate the fitness that we've built with not just our own communities, but all the other mini communities around as well. People that from other cities and things like that, that we get together and celebrate. And the sport has always been a celebration of what happens inside the gyms.
I think there's that unique tie of competition, culture, and community that drives inspiration, and I think that's the catalyst for keeping a gym alive. It gives everybody hope.
The Iron Games has somehow managed to perfect that synergy between small town feel, between fun, between kindness, between fairness, and yet still bring in professionalism.
We're here to provide an experience where people are able to overcome all or any of the challenges that they've put up even against themselves, and then be better people coming out of it.
Over 3 grueling days of competition, hard-fought battles pushed athletes to their physical limits, and when the dust settled, the champions were crowned. The Iron Games are more than just who stands on the podium. Over 3 days in Iron County, a community comes together and friendships were forged. What will your story be?